And I forgot to add myself to the stream. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting and our weekly whatever report that we usually do on Saturdays, where we just talk about whatever. I actually have a little bit of an agenda tonight. I have a few things I'm planning to talk about. But I appreciate anybody who comes and hangs out with me on a Saturday night for one of these. We had GT Key, who's always in here tailgating, and always appreciated that he does so. My man, the Unruly Simeon, was in here tailgating as well, as was Mr. Randman. So we'll see if any of those actually come back after we get started here. Got a few people in the chat, or a few people it looks like watching already. So yeah, we're gonna hang out on a Saturday night, talk about a few things. A little bit of my usual, as well as a little bit of C2E2 prep. We are a week out from C2E2, and so if you're going to be there, let me know. So we'll talk about that a little bit, what my plans are, if I even going to have any plans. I've been going back and forth. Excuse me. Mr. Rayman picked up a decent copy of Silver Surfer #4 today. Nice. One of the all-time best covers, without a doubt. Just an iconic book. So congratulations on that, sir. I'm glad to hear you were able to pick up a nice copy. So yeah, so we got, like I said, kind of got my usuals. I did have, let's see, my 2 weeks worth of comics came in. Midtown, my Midtown shipment, my every 2 weeks Midtown shipment came in yesterday. So I've actually read all of these already. So that is good. We got a few things going on. We got John hanging out. What is going on, my friend? Unruly is back in the house. A timely. Very nice. Very nice. Dre is in here. What is going on? Cute kitty cat. Yo. What is up? What is happening? Marvel Mysteries 19 or 31. So, yeah, I would think those books would make you broke for a little bit. For sure. Note 5 art of Giblet. Whoa. Very nice. Ben Compton, what is going on? So yeah, then a lot of people saying hello. So we just picked up a bunch of folks, and I am glad to have you here. So like I said, plan for tonight is, I actually have one. a little bit. We always get off topic. But we're going to talk a little bit about my books came in. So I'll give a quick review of those, some things I got coming up. Quick review or discussion of my thumbnail. Harley Quinn is back. So I did watch the first 3 episodes of that. I have not got around to watching Paper Girls yet. I just haven't had a chance to start it yet. So no review of that yet. And the C2E2. The whole thing. So where I'm going to be next weekend and what my plans, if any, are. So 2 weeks worth of comics. I continue to try to cut down to 20, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? No. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 8 books. I had trouble counting. So let's see. I'm gonna start with the last one that I read was Detective Comics. What is this? I don't even know what this is. 1062. Rom V has started his run officially with what is Albuquerque's name? Anyway, I can't remember the artist's name. What his first name is. Albuquerque. I'm blanking on it. Anyway, interesting. Not sure where they're going. Definitely a little bit of a darker, more it's Nocturne. I mean, is the story's going with. And we got this gothic kind of thing going on here. I got a lot of vibes, which I don't know if my man John will like, is that I don't know if he's read this yet. I got a little bit of Curse of the White Knight kind of vibes to where they're setting this up. Arkham family, but it's not really Arkham's, but clearly like some relation, basically coming back to claim Gotham kind of thing going on. So I feel like there's a little bit of, who's got the right to Gotham, which is just kind of, I do feel like it's been done And really doesn't matter in the modern world. These ancient families kind of having a claim to something is kind of, I don't know, that part of it lost me. Um, you're gonna go reclaim our birthright or something. It's like, I don't know. So the setup of who the antagonist for this run is going to be um, didn't really interest me that much. I did like the whole setup with him and Talia and Dick, and the fact that like he basically is off his game a little bit. He finds himself being a little slower than he should be, and Talia basically calls him out on being old and that he can't afford to do some of this anymore. And then Dick mocks him for that very purpose. And so, but that was a fun interaction. That part of it was really good. We'll see with the storyline. I'm not sold yet. I'm not turned off, but I'm a little concerned. It seems very similar. Only picking up Twig. I've heard good things about Twig. I might have to consider that as a trade at some point. All right, now, so like 8 billion genies, that's definitely going to be a trade. I've already decided that for sure. Yeah, no, I don't relate to the Sentry Glass for sure. Yeah, for sure. And I don't know. I feel like we're getting a lot of it. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Ron V can obviously have its own thing. Daymare's my man. What is going on? He will be at C2E2. So I'll get to hang out with him again. We're both gonna drive like 8 to 10 hours to hang out in Chicago instead of driving like an hour to meet and hang out. So what are you gonna do? Next we got little Darth Vader. What are we up to? 25, which is where the previous two Darth Vader runs ended. They were both the Gillen and Soul runs only went 25. This Greg Pak run is going to continue. I've really enjoyed this run, but I will say Vader's walking a strange line here where they're trying. I feel like Greg Pak is struggling to. I feel like he keeps wanting to almost set him up to be a hero, and his motivations kind of are swinging back and forth a little bit. Obviously, Sabi has like a little bit to do with it because she looks like Padme, and like so there's a lot of weird stuff going on with him. It's been really good, but I do feel like there's a little bit of an inconsistency to Vader and some of his actions in this. So it'll be interesting to see where this continues to go. But I have enjoyed it. It just is a little bit of an 8.5. There you go. Well, but he's like stopping and he's doing lots of other stuff. He's not just going straight. He's not going, he could be to Chicago by Monday if he was going straight. So, I don't know if I have or not actually. But yeah, I not. And he still is Tacoma. I don't want to give that wrong impression, but it does feel like he's doing things like his motives and the way he's going about in this run. I just feel like it's a little inconsistent because it's almost like at times he's trying to impress her versus do his normal thing, and there's a little bit of back and forth here. I never really got into the comics till recently, so there you go. Yeah, well, the Heir to the Empire stuff for sure, because those books are amazing. So, Obi-Wan, issue 3. This is kind of, as we've talked about, a little bit of an anthology. He's remembering different events and different stories. This one I feel like was probably, it was good. I don't know. It's the series overall, I feel like is like each of the individual issues have been solid, but the lack of cohesion and him just remembering different things, like that it's almost an anthology, has kind of limited my enjoyment of this, I guess. Like each individual issue on its own is pretty solid, but overall they're just not quite where I would want them to be, I guess. let's see. Oh, we got Jay Hood in the house. If you've not watched, it's been a couple weeks, but John re-showed it this morning. Jay Hood sent John, this guy, a sketch cover that is amazing. So you should go check that out if you're not. Yeah. So, for sure. Love those. Bronze Age. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Have fun. Sounds very fun and exciting. Comic Addicts, what is going on? Welcome, sir. Welcome. Hey, Planet Arizona. Beckerman, a bunch of people hopping in here all of a sudden. Dennis, what is going on? Not really feeling for J Hood. So I decided to get this. This is a character I've always been intrigued by. I've always thought at different times she's been portrayed pretty well. Probably a character whose first appearance I should try to track down at some point because it's not unreasonable. And it was a one shot, and I had not read The Trial of the Amazons, but I was like, oh, Artemis is getting a one shot, wanted. I was like, I'll check that out. And it was solid, but probably really needed to really enjoy it. Probably needed to understand what happened in The Trial of the Amazons. It's clearly straight out of that. And while it was a decent story, it didn't really do a lot for me, having not been invested in the story up to this point and what she actually did and all of that kind of stuff. I mean, they explain it really well in here, like they clear it up, but it's just like this is all wrap up to that as opposed to so it wasn't the best. It was fine. It probably would have been much better had I been invested in the previous storyline. I just kind of grabbed it on a whim, and whoa, things are going crazy. I guess that rewind. That happened toward the end. That's what John's talking about. Oh, right. They're talking about the J Hood party for sure. Boarding school J and Gore, very, very helpful. Let's see. Yeah, I remember that run vaguely. I read a lot of it at the time, but it's been a long time. But I've always enjoyed the way she's been portrayed in some of the recent stuff. And it's kind of the no nonsense warrior, and some of the stuff where she's been in Wonder Woman. I didn't read much of the Outlaw stuff when she was crossover with Bizarro and Red Hood, so I didn't read a ton of that. But overall, I've just enjoyed it a lot, and I've enjoyed the character. So I gave it a shot. It was okay. Last Prison or second to last Prison? I think this was the last one, which makes me sad, but I know Suzumaki's taken over, so doesn't make me sad. I think this is the last Prison. Just gorgeous Prison Catwoman. We'll talk a little more about these later, but continues to be good. I'm glad we got the other side of her conversation with Batman from Batman 125. And this, the Valmont character is a little, and I do like Selina's really, her trying to walk this balance of, because her and Bruce are on a break and walking this balance and dealing with the other members of the Bat family because she's still operating in Gotham. I thought this was a pretty good issue. I thought it was fun. Not sure what I think of this Valmont character. He hasn't really intrigued me much, even from the beginning of his introduction. So, but yes. I know somebody talked about, I saw a thing the other day that 90 was as long ago as, or 92 was as long ago as 62 was when in 92. And it's no. So yeah. Continues to be an enjoyable series overall. Gonna miss the Frozen covers, but looking forward to the Suzuki stuff. Yeah. 30 years. Freaking crazy. It's been that long. A little bit. Yeah, they keep I kind of wish they did for a while. When they first broke them up, they had her go off to a different town, and then she's back to Gotham, and she was doing under the Fear State stuff and her having the strays and everything like that. I really enjoyed some of that. And then she kind of gave that up, and now she's dealing with the mob stuff, and like it's a little unbalanced as she's trying to find her way. I feel like I think the Stray stuff they should have stuck with, but yeah. Uh, killing me, man. Not a comic. Okay. Yeah. And you got a house full of kids, so there you go. So you're gonna have to be outrovert for a little longer. We're still alive. Keep flying, baby. That's right. ASM 900. Kind of just a aside to the run that's been going on. But one of my big issues with all the current ASM run is JR doing the art, the covers. This is an anniversary issue, and this is the best cover you could get. This cover is, I don't know, maybe it looks better on thing, but like looking at it on here, this cover is terrible. I'm sorry, but this is terrible. Spidey looks funky. They all look weird. It's like I used to enjoy JR some, but this is just bad. This is the main cover for issue 900, and it's bad. Kind of like they had a issue 1 and it was bad, and the story inside was fine. I mean, it's clear they've been moving toward a little bit of a spoiler. It's clear that they broke him and MJ up so they can move Felicia back in at the moment. So that's where this writer is interested in. That's the relationship he wants to explore, so that's where it's going. He's terrible. Yeah. I get that. I just grabbed the A. He has seemed it's been pretty, I haven't enjoyed this run at all. Like, it got a little better in issues 4 and 5. As opposed to the terrible, I thought issues 1, 2, and 3 were just terrible. 4 and 5 were okay. This was fine. It was a decent story. It was a complete aside. It was fine. This one was fine. But it really didn't have anything to go with the only part of it that had anything related to the ongoing narrative was Felicia giving him a kiss for his birthday at the end. The rest of it was completely a side story. There you go. I mean, it's terrible. Look at the knee. Look at the leg. It's just like, what is going on there? It's just bad art. It's bad art. Yeah. This is true. This is true. I did enjoy it. I haven't read the whole thing. I picked it up. I've never went back and read the beginning of the run. I've read about the midpoint to the end, the stuff with in the 20s with the Kingpin and her universe was really, really good. The stuff with where she becomes Gwenom, all of that toward the end of that run, I really enjoyed. I've never went back and read the beginning of that run. I keep wanting to. I just haven't went back and done it. I know. Oh my god, there will be 1K. There will be 1,000 covers. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just bad. All right, getting down to the good stuff. So I've been trying not to buy 2 covers of everything, but I'm getting the A cover of Nightwing, but I had to get this cover, the B cover. Because, hello, yes, of course I'm getting the cover. I almost guarantee they will. Oh yeah, they've been cranking them out. It's like, well, they've dropped from doing 4 a month, but yeah, they were doing 4 a month there for a while. Right now they're doing 2, which I hope they stick with because they're bringing back Spider-Man, so they'll probably stick to 2. But yeah, continues to be excellent. Really enjoying this. It's weird. Melinda's only been around since '78, and I'm worried about her. So we'll see what happens next issue. They do leave you on a cliffhanger here. So looking forward to continuing to read Nightwing. That took a lot longer than I thought to get through my reviews this week. But yeah, 7 books with 1 double cover. But yeah, those are my pickups from my poll. Let's do a little C2E2, and then we'll see if I get to Harley or not. So going to C2E2 next weekend. So if you're gonna be there, let me know. When I'm done, you're going live. Well, we might be able to do that. I'll probably have to take a quick break, but maybe. Yeah, it is for sure. Yeah. And really good for him. Let's see. Yeah, Melinda is not in a good spot. We'll see. We will see. There you go. So, yeah, I'm going to be at C2E2 next weekend. All 3 days, I plan to at least make an appearance on Sunday. I don't know how long I'll be there on Sunday, but I'll make an appearance on Sunday. I will be masked, probably a hat, but you'll be able to find me. Just let me know, reach out, Instagram or whatever. Let me know you're there. You want to find me if you're there. I'm looking forward to it. Mostly just to meet people in the community. On Friday, I'll be hanging out with my sister, my niece, and my nephew. So when we first get there on Friday, we'll be I'll be happy to say hello, but I'm not going to hang until they're gone. That was one of the conditions because my 6 and 8-year-old niece and nephew are going to be there. So yeah, I'm going to be on kid patrol with my sister while they're there, and then once they leave, I will be full on. Let's go. So up for anything on Friday afternoon, evening, and Saturday. So no, it's typically actually a spring convention planet. It's normally like April, March kind of thing. But with last year, they bumped it all the way to December, trying to get one in because they hadn't done it since March. They did it in March of right before the pandemic hit in March of 20, and then they didn't do another one again until December of 21. And now they're going mid-year, and then I think they're going back to the spring next year. Yeah, a ton of people tested positive coming out of SDCC. So yeah, definitely going to be masking because I will be seeing my folks right after that, and going to try to minimize the risk of getting them sick. So yeah. Yeah, ECC is August instead of March. Yeah, so they've kind of done it half year kind of thing. So, but mostly my goal is really just to hang with the folks, with people once, I want to make sure the Rugrats have a good time. And then once they're gone, it's going to be hanging out with you guys. And I've been debating on if I'm going to have any goals at all. So my thoughts on that are, so I do have, normally I try to get like a couple of sketch covers. Which is this a sketch cover one? Yeah. Normally I try to get sketch covers, 1 or 2. I'll probably try to do that this time. We'll see. But I just realized I went through my box and I'm down to 4 sketch covers. One of which is a bright blue blank for Detective Comics 1027 that is like this freaking thick. I'm not taking it. So I'm down to 3, and I don't have a lot of variety anymore. I used to have some variety. I do not. I have an ASM 800, which is also a monster book, but an ASM 800 a Batman Catwoman, which is a light blue, and then just a straight Catwoman. And that's all I got sketch cover wise. So I may have to pick up a sketch cover when I'm there if I'm going to actually have somebody do something. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so I'm probably going to throw those in and take them. Is that the one with like the little ring around it? I think you were telling me about that. Yeah, that's for me. It's like I relatively healthy. I think I'll be okay, but more worried about my folks. So I just give them to somebody to sketch on at some point. But yeah, so I'm down to 3. At one point, I had like a dozen, and I've just slowly like chipped away as I've used them, and I haven't refilled any. So, yeah, I totally get that. Yeah, I'm fully vaxxed and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, well, maybe try to get the light blue. I may only try to shoot for like 1, maybe 2 sketches anyway, and I may get one that's not on a cover or whatever, and not even mess with the covers. We'll see. So sketch covers. The other thing I'm debating, and my other box has got some books in it, is I'm debating on. Haven't done it for a while. Is getting some SIGs and submitting, like getting yellow label stuff done. And the reason I'm debating on it is because Hickman and Nick Dragatti are going to be there. Both of them are going to be there. And so I'm debating on getting the double SIG, maybe even see if Nick will do a little remark. I'm actually debating on whether or not to take my deluxe, my hardcover, to get him to maybe do a remark on it. Because you guys know this is literally my favorite series. I love this series so much. So they're both going to be there. So thought about getting them to sign it. I was like, well, if I do that, should I do the yellow label? Yeah, I'm not, no X-Men stuff, just this. No, I didn't try to get, I don't usually worry about the con exclusives. So if I'm going to do that and send it off, then I figure, well, I should probably do more than one. Like, so this is my stack. The other book, Miss Souza Makia, actually it's Makia Souza is her actual name, but, she's going to be there. So I'm thinking about getting her to sign and then slab this, because I was probably going to slab this anyway. So those are 2. And then there's some other people there. But right now I'm only looking at probably Frizen. So, because I love, you guys know I'm a huge Jenny Frizen fan. She's there every time. I only have 1 yellow label Frizen that I didn't even get yellow. I have some other signatures, but I didn't even get it yellow labeled. I got it from Jimmy the Geek Aficionado, who got it yellow labeled, and it's that one, that cover of that print that I got. Stephanie will be there. Stephanie, I don't know. Hans is not there, if that's who you're talking about. She was at, they had a fan expo or something. There was another Chicago thing that she was at a little while ago. They have 2 cons, and she was at the other one. And make it that your one goal for everything else is gravy. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. I understand that completely. So if I do this, I understand that I'm paying more for every signature. I totally get that. And I both agree and disagree with them doing it, but I understand it because a lot of people do it to flip them. So I get they charge very little for their signature for people that just want their sig. I'm not flipping any of these books. These are for me, but I understand it, and I'm counting that in. So if I do Frizen, thanks to Unruly, I have her Something is Killing the Children #1 cover. So that is definitely in the stack. Yeah, Stephanie Hans was at a different Chicago one like a couple weeks ago, a month ago, end of June, early July. I forget what it was called. She did a store exclusive for Spider-Gwen #1 from the first Spider-Gwen series that I absolutely love. So that's the second Frizen that I'm going to have. That gets me up to $4. My original plan was 6, but at the moment I still have 8 in my stack. And I had 2 Wonder Woman books. And, but one of them, which is Wonder Woman 56, which is the one where it's a close-up of her face, and she's got the purple eyes just during the witching hour, and she just looks like crazy evil magic, and I love that cover. It's my favorite Frizen cover, I think, still. It has a dent in it that I did not know. I looked at it today, and I was like, ooh, like I bent it at some point. I didn't know I'd done that. And I don't know that it would. Yeah, so I'm not going to send that one. So instead, my Wonder Woman cover I'm going to send is my second favorite Wonder Woman cover, which is 59, I believe. And yeah, so I'm definitely doing that one. And I'm definitely doing, this is my favorite of the Catwoman covers that she did. This Catwoman Ivy cover, I just think this thing is ridiculously gorgeous. And yeah, so we're gonna take that one. So that gets me to 6, which was my original plan. I'm not sure. Fan Expo, yeah. Totally get that. Totally get that. I think you say about the Wonder Woman. Yeah, not a 988. That one Wonder Woman's not a 988 anymore. So yeah, so that gives me 6. The question is, the other thing I consider going to 8 at the moment. My other second favorite of my Catwoman covers is this one, which I just think is gorgeous. Because originally I was thinking 2 Catwoman, 2 Wonder Woman, and maybe those other 2. I looked at I have a couple of the Sonya ones that she did, which I love those run of covers, but both of the ones I would maybe want to get slabbed have dings on them. So I thought about just getting them signed, just to get them signed, but at the moment I'm not taking them. And then the B variant of the first ER floor, Future State Wonder Woman that she did, that is maybe. So those are the 8. I may take them all. I don't know that I'm going to mess with trying to get them all signed and slabbed. We'll see. They all, when I looked at them tonight, they all should be 9.8s without a clean and a press. They should just be. I mean, they're just, most of these I've never even read. Well, that's not true, but like the Catwoman's ones and the I guess about half of them I've never read because I have like the other cover or whatever, and I didn't need to read this cover. So we'll see. I don't know for sure what I'll do. Which one are you talking about? The one where it's just Catwoman? No, that you can see them. They're on there. Yeah. So I don't know. Those are the 8 books I'm thinking about. They can, but you have to have them pressed by CGC, and they're so slow that I'm just not these are all ones that I looked at and don't need a press as of right now. Obviously, they got to get signed, so we'll see. Again, that's an extra expense. I don't really want to mess with it. It's so slow to have them press them. So I don't know for sure what I'll do. I mean, they're all for me. So if they come back at 9.6, 9.4, I'm not going to be that bent out of shape by it. Because I'm not really, it's more about the yellow label and having their signature on them. And because none of those books, other than the Sozumaki, are really worth all that much. That first Spider-Gwen is $100 and something book, like $125 book. 9.8 of it is. And the Something is Killing Children. I guess there's 2 valuable books in there. And if those came back and weren't, then I might send them back to get pressed by CGC and reslabbed. But I'm not really worried about it. I mean, all of those are mine. I'm not planning to get rid of them. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, her eyes are there. I'll give you another look here real quick. They're just like, there you go. So yeah, I mean the eyes are part of what makes the cover for me actually. So so that give you a better view of that one. So that's what I'm thinking about. But if I don't get that done, I'm not actually going to be that worried about it. But I'm going to be there for 3 days, so hopefully. Zoom out. Focus. I got to focus on Catwoman. It's not wanting to focus. Let me mess with the camera here. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. There it goes. I had to focus it far away instead of up close. So yeah, but otherwise, I don't know that I have a goal. People, like I kind of showed you the people I was looking at, comic guests. I mean, there's some decent ones. I don't know any of those. I don't know those 3 guys really. Ariel Diaz is one I follow on Instagram. She has some cool art, but I probably won't mess with that. I don't really have any of her books. Let's see. I don't really have any Soul books. I thought about getting Soul to sign some stuff, but but I don't really have. I could take like Light of the Jedi and have him sign my novel, I guess, but I don't know that I want to pack that around. I'll be honest. I have a couple from that series I could take. No, I have mostly I have the Gillen and the Pot. Do I have any of the Soul? Maybe a couple. I'd have to look. I don't know if I have any from the Soul run or not. If I have any single issues from the Soul run. I have the Omni back there, but I don't know if I have the single issues. Claremont is going to be there. His line will be forever long because he talks to everybody. Yeah, I might actually, like, she would be one. I don't know what she charges. I need to look on Instagram, see what she's doing. She would be one I'd love to get a sketch from because I love her art style. Christy is I really like it. I really dig her art. Daniel Warren Johnson. John would be a big fan of this. I've gotten Claremont. I will say I've gotten Claremont's signature before. A few years ago at Planet in Kansas City, I got him signed, and I had him sign 2 books, and one of them I got slabbed. So, Daymare's Alligators. No, I've heard enough horror stories on that. So yeah, Danny Warren Johnson. I don't really have any of his stuff. Dan Sanchez, Dave Wheeler. Donnie Cates. I'm sure that line will be crazy long. Yeah, and my guess is I won't, because I'm going initially with the Rugrats. I'm probably not going to get on anybody that's going to fill up Quick's list. I'll probably have to get some smaller people, which is fine. I don't really need to spend a ton of money on a sketch cover anyway, so I'll probably just get some smaller artists. They being copies, yeah. Oh yeah, there'll be 8 billion genies everywhere. I thought about that. Yeah, Kate's will have a huge line. That's okay. I don't really read Kate's, so there's Miss Frizen. I will say she's one of the nicest people I've met going to these things. She's always super nice, just super nice. So If you've never met her, she is just always so good to everybody that stops by the booth, willing to talk. I mean, she's kind of quiet, but she's just super nice. Yeah. Let's see. John Tyler Christopher, if you got any of those negative space ones, he'll be there. There's Mr. Hickman. So looking forward to having him sign my East of West. Even if I don't send it off and just having him sign it. Lumberjanes fans out there, I've never read that series yet, but see, Calstrom. There, Miss Makia Souza is what she goes by when you put her on the list. But when you talk about it, it's Souza Maki. But for sure, going to get her to sign that book probably. I mean, if I'm going to have her sign that book, I have to get it slabbed almost. I almost can't not do it with that book being that valuable. Yes, this is C2E2. I'll be there next week. Yeah. She's an attractive lady for sure. Lee Weeks, if you're a big fan. Mike DeMundo. Mike McCone. Mirka Andolfo. There, Mr. Nick. Gonna get signed and maybe try to get a remark from him. I don't know what he'll charge, but I know he hasn't done a ton of stuff like mainstream stuff, so his line might be reasonable. And if I could get like a Zhao on something, I mean, most people are going to want Crow or Baby Death. I figure those are probably the two he draws all the time. For me, from East to West, it would be Zhao or it would be who's not quite as distinctive, but just she's definitely my favorite character from that run. Or maybe if I did Doma Lux, I'd have to get that to my buddy Bear. For sure. But yeah, so I may try to get a remark or something from him. We'll see what his rates are. Maybe I'm sure he'll fill up probably. Nick Spencer, Ramon Perez. Can't believe I'm wishing for Nick Spencer back on ASM. So ready for him to be done. And now both Ryan Browns. We'll see if Otley's still going to be there. He's one of the people who came down with COVID from SDCC. I would guess we probably don't see Mr. Otley at all. I don't think Drinko's supposed to be there. Or did I miss him? I don't think he was supposed to be there. Yeah, I don't think he's supposed to be there. Stegman. He's got good art. Got Hannah, Scotty Young, Tim Seeley, Tony Daniel. Let's see, canceled. Scott Snyder. Yeah, I knew Scott Snyder is canceled. So that's kind of the crew for C2E2. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna those ones I mentioned, Frizen, Sozamaki, Hickman, and Dragetta, and I don't know that I'm gonna worry about any other signatures. Yeah, I have met and gotten a Strinko signature. So he is, yeah, super entertaining. Entertainment side, usually I don't really worry about these, but there's one I was like, ooh, well, there's really two. I'd love to meet Mick Foley's one of my favorite, was maybe my favorite wrestler. Just, yeah, he just makes me laugh. Rosario's gonna be there. Like, I know her signature is going to be stupid expensive, but she would be one I would almost pay for. Because I've literally had a crush on her since, like, I remember Men in Black 2, but I remember her from something before that. But yeah, forever, like 20 years. So, yeah. I just don't usually pay for celebrities at all. Yeah, I just don't usually pay for them and do that, but I probably won't. Her and Mick, I would probably consider. Undertaker's gonna be there. Yeah, I probably won't mess with any of the rest of these. So, Minnie Leia's gonna be there. She did such a good job. All right, so that's the C2E2 thing. We're at 45 minutes. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Rosario. I have to leave. Yeah, you don't have time. And I wouldn't want you to I'm not big on trying to do that. I mean, I would do it, but I have to leave early in the week. Like I'm leaving before, like I'm not going up because of where I live. I'm leaving early. You don't have, you shouldn't try to, no, I don't, let's maybe another time. Sorry. I'm sure she's going to start showing up at other stuff, Jay, but I literally am going to be out of here Tuesday. So even though I'm not getting up there till, I'm not going to be home. So it's a little too late for that. And no, don't send it to FedEx for me. No. So, yeah. Mick would be. All right, you and I don't know what his rates are going to be, but you and I might have to walk over and say hello. I just want to say hello. I love Mick Foley. He was easily my favorite. And he and The Rock, that was right in my wheelhouse. I watched wrestling when I was a kid, when it was Hogan and Savage and them, and I was never that into it, and I always thought it was a little ridiculous, a little over the top, which it always has been. Even as a kid, though, I was like, yeah. And then I got out of it. Strangely enough, The Undertaker was one of the people that turned me off because I just thought his whole gimmick was just stupid. And a 11, 12, 13-year-old. And then I didn't get back until later. And then it was Stone Cold and The Rock and Mick were my big three. So it's a great book. And if I was going to be around all week, then maybe we could work something out, but I am just not. So, and I would hate for you to I don't want anything to happen to it. I don't trust my FedEx guy at all. I avoid FedEx at all costs here. I've had so many problems with it. So, this is, it's almost down to water at this point, but this is, Four Roses single barrel, which I tried a little while ago. First time back to it. I got it when I was up at my folks for around my dad's birthday is when I bought that bottle. And then this is first time I've had it since those days, that first round. And I really like it. Now, obviously it's a single barrel, so everyone's going to be a little different, but I really like this one. It's maybe my favorite. I didn't ever have it. I was out of the Woodford, so I haven't compared them straight up, but I really, really enjoyed that Four Roses. But it's a single barrel, which means it's not cheap. I just gave it a shot for the heck of it. Yeah, I know my budget's pretty tight. We'll see. I don't know. I kind of just want to say hello. I'd love to just a selfie. I don't even need a cig. I like a selfie and a hello, and I'd be and talk to him for 30 seconds, a minute, because I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, it would definitely be the table photo. I don't need to pay for the photo op thing. So, all right. So we're gonna get out. We stopped with the C2E2 stuff. Other things. So those are my plans. Mostly, it's just gonna be hanging out. I mean, realistically, it's gonna be hanging out. So if you're gonna be there, look me up. I will say hello. If my niece and nephew are still there, I'll just say hello and if once they're gone, I'll be ready to hang out and do stuff with people and maybe look at other people, help other people track stuff down or whatever. So don't really I have that box of potential doing sign and slab. But if I don't do that, I'm not going to be brokenhearted. Literally, if none of those happen, maybe the East of West, would be a little bit brokenhearted if that doesn't happen. But the rest of them, I'm not going to happen. 2-word hint on what I'm bringing you Friday evening. Does not. Well, you already said it wasn't a comic book. All right, give me your 2-word hint. I don't know. Oh, you mother. Cast strength what? Like I've not actually had. So I am completely a noob to the murder hobo. That's really good. I have not gotten a murder hobo or a frog man or whatever from Daymare's. He hoards those murder hobos. He doesn't hand those out. Who could blame him? I actually have not had anything that's cast strength. I just really got in. I just started, for those of you haven't been paying attention, last couple months, kind of shifted from beer to bourbon. So I've only gotten, let's see, I drank a bottle of Woodford. I've drank a bottle of Knob Creek 9-year. I finished off the Wild Turkey 101. I currently have open this Four Roses single barrel, a bottle of Buffalo Trace, a bottle of Elijah Craig, just the standard Elijah Craig, and then the Evan Williams Bonded and Bond, which you recommended to me, was the Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. I have to say, I didn't particularly like it as a sipper. It was okay. I've been using it as a mixer, which is great because it's super affordable to mix. Because I like to mix. I'm not gonna lie. I'll sip, but I like to mix. I need to get me a copper cup, but I love a Kentucky Mule, a whiskey sour. I like to mix. So I've been using the Evan Williams for a mix, and it works great for that. It's just, compared to the other stuff I got back there, it's not a great sipper. Note to self. Cast strength. So I'm curious. That'll be my first cast strength bottle. So that I'll get the taste with you. So yeah, that would be awesome. So we'll have to break that out after the con on Friday. Otherwise, yeah, we're coming up on our hour. I don't know that I have anything else. Things coming up. Cash or Trash is done and ready. I could do it right now. I'm not going to. I'll wait till my usual Sunday morning at 11. But Tom got the video out early. I've looked up all the books. I'm ready to go. So that'll be tomorrow. Playing D&D tomorrow night. And then we're basically off all week. I'm going to try to crank out a look back video before I disappear going to C2E2, but next weekend will be blank. Otherwise, there'll be no Cash or Trash. There'll be no whatever report. There'll be no unless I try to do a whatever report like with my niece or nephew or something, or I try to do it. I mean, I guess I could do it maybe as a C2E2 recap, maybe one of the nights from like the hotel room. We'll think about that. We'll see. If I go live, Wild Turkey American Honey. Haven't tried that yet. I just did the 101, which was decent. Like I heard a ton of people I looked at on like YouTube for bourbon things were saying that, it's underrated. People don't think about it, that it's actually good. And it was good. Not as good as some of the other stuff I've had though. Of course, some of that, I mean, I said the Four Roses single barrel was my favorite so far. It's also the most expensive bottle that I bought. So by a decent margin. So yeah. So apparently I have expensive taste. You never know. But yeah, looking forward to C2E2. I won't be back. I think the next thing I'll have will be the next round of Paper Girls on the 10th. We're tentatively shooting for. But yeah, I'm going to be gone for quite a bit of time. So yeah, I'll try to give you guys an update at some point from C2E2, but yeah, no promises. So this weekend, and And then I'm going to be off for a little bit. But hopefully I'll still get the look back done. Otherwise, TJ will be mad at me. So I don't want to have that. With that, quick recap of what I picked up, what came for me real quick this week. Tech, a little uneven to the Ram V start. Similar, I'd say, to the Tinian start on Batman, but still hopeful. Darth Vader, still really good. Although I will say, I think he's been a little inconsistent. The Obi-Wan is good, but I'm not liking that there's no real connectivity, and that's like, it's just individual stories, and I don't know, not exactly what I was hoping for from that, although I knew kind of what that was supposed to be. This might have been really good if I knew what the hell was going on. But as it was fine. It was a one shot I decided to like grab for the heck of it, and it didn't really pay off because you really needed to have read the event to understand what was happening. Last Frisian Catwoman, for now at least, still freaking gorgeous, but sad that she's leaving that book. Horrendous JR on ASM 900, just so bad. Story was fine. Probably the best story of any of the issues so far, even though it's completely unrelated to what's going on currently in the comic. And I will say Flash shows up, and I thought Flash was still dead, but apparently not. So there you go. Yeah, I don't even know if I'll try to track down. The last time I went to C2E2, I did not try to get any of the exclusives. I don't usually try to get the con exclusives. I should look and see what any of them are, if there's any that I'm actually interested in. But yeah, and then I got 2 covers to Nightwing, because you knew I had to get this B cover, and of course I was getting the A, because for my run. So there you go. All right, gang, I'm out of here. You guys are awesome, and we will catch you later. Maybe if I can find the button. See ya. I forgot they didn't progress.